This is Josh's music studio. He does all the music for our videos, and he does it with only his laptop and headphones.
So we've been living in LA for the past month or so, and even though music can be made on just a laptop, I've really been wanting to see what one of these big, legit LA music studios looks like. I did something kind of out of my comfort zone. I reached out to my friend named Dee Kei to see if I could check out his music studio. He recently opened a music studio here in LA with his co-founder Lu, but the reason that this is a little out of my comfort zone is because I only met Dee Kei like twice 4 years ago. Is this guy even gonna remember who I am? Dee Kei, what's up?
What's up, Josh? How's it going, man?
This is the place?
This is the place. Come on in.
So we all have these kinds of people in our lives. Sociologists call them weak ties. It's really people that you know distantly or acquaintances, the opposite of family. These kinds of people are really important to keep in touch with because they get you out of your bubble. People often make career jumps through weak ties, or they find the person that they're eventually going to marry, and they're just really good for connections overall. This is sick, dude. Can you show me around a little bit? I'm curious, like, what your gear is and the whole setup.
Lou's my business partner. Here he is.
What's up, Lou?
How's it going?
Lou does a lot of professional installations for a lot of big artists and studios around.
Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Keisha Cole, Nick Cannon. I'm currently doing Freddie Gibbs.
Lots
Lots
of
of actors, lots of artists.
Lou is kind of like the professional studio builder as well, and I'm mostly just like a mix engineer, post-production engineer. If you're an artist and you want to book a session with us, it's quite simple. You walk into the room, usually the lights will be a different color, and it looks impressive, but more important, the thing that artists actually really want is the speakers to be loud. So the fact that we have lots of different speakers and lots of different monitors, and we even have very big ones in the corners that get really loud. People get really stoked about that. Once we pull up the session on the computer and we kind of get everything ready, if there's going to be a singing, assuming that there's a singing or vocalist session, they'll walk into here. If artists come in here and turn on headphones, here, Lou, you want to try the talkback? We call it the talkback microphone. And he can hear me. I put on the headphones, and then I can hear him.
Mm-hmm. Artists come in here, what's the first thing you want them to see, or what's the showstopper usually?
This is usually their favorite thing.
Is the lights. And I know it gets really dark.
You guys always light these candles?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe that's the secret that I need to integrate into my home studios and need candles.
You definitely need ambience. Like, I tell people all the time, like, part of working in a studio is understanding how to keep the vibe.
What is the most expensive piece of equipment in this room?
Those speakers, if you want to go for an individual item.
What are we looking at here?
So it's about $14,000 after tax. What it just comes down to is we know what the heck we're doing, and we got really awesome stuff that we don't have any excuses. We can record the best in the world recordings right here. Actually, the real most expensive item is probably these sneakers. Those are the Kanye Bapestas. Kanye released those for, which album was it? 2005, 2006. They only have so many of those, and those are dead stock, which means they're brand new. So to the right seller, they're worth about 15.
What out of everything in this studio is like the thing people are most opinionated about?
Microphones. This one is my mic of choice. This is actually the same one I've used to record people like Lucky Day, Ray J, Keisha Cole, Ari Lennox, Nelly on this one. This one is about $3,000 street.
For a microphone, $3,000 is not expensive at all, especially for the quality that you can get.
Exactly. And I've shot this microphone out against like Sony C100Gs, which now are valued at like $15,000. And this mic continually wins.
I don't really
like C800s.
So it's funny because in the audio world, there's lots of opinions, but in the end, like,
if it sounds right,
how many Grammys did Billie Eilish and her brother get? Like
in a bedroom.
In a bedroom, right? And yeah, you can say they sent it off to an actual studio and they got some help and stuff, but in the end, like, it's 2020. If
Yeah,
something
you can do
sounded
it.
bad, if something was so cheap that it sounded bad, then it wouldn't sell. This is probably my favorite client here. His name's Macon out in Salt Lake City. But when we started, he had 16 monthly listeners.
Look at that number.
237,000. And that's a matter of like 8 months.
So you guys use this space for other things too, right? You both have a podcast that you run.
Yeah.
It's called Mixing Music with Dee Kei and Lu.
What is your most popular episode so far? We'll link it in the description.
I would say it's actually, statistically, it's the What is Mixing episode. We were the #1 new music podcast in the world when it came out on Apple.
Nice.
And we're consistently in the top 100 in the world.
We talked about the candles.
Mm-hmm.
These things get cleaned. That's what I'm seeing here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They take care of their candles.
Of everything. We take care of everything. Even on top of the speakers, dust. You feel me? You get dirty everywhere, man.
So
This
use a
is the
paintbrush.
secret sauce right here. Do you realize what you're watching? The secret sauce right in front of your eyes. So why would my friend come all the way to LA to build this music studio when he could just make music on his laptop? And what is it about LA studios that makes them the best in the world? At first I thought it was maybe the $13,000 speakers that are looking over your shoulder or the $10,000 plus Nikes. But from hearing who they've worked with, I realized it's actually because here in LA you have the opportunity to rub shoulders with the biggest names out there. It's really weak ties taken to the extreme. So these studios are more than just a place to make music. When you come here and immerse yourself in this environment, you really instantly gain weak ties to the biggest names out there. And that's why my friend came to LA to build his music studio, and that's why LA music studios are the best in the world. Okay, so a big thing I've seen being here is like there's people in and out all the time. That's not just you two, you know? So walk me through on a typical day, like who's coming in and out, what kinds of people are here, and what's that all about?
We've got people who worked with Manny Marroquin as an assistant working here. We've got people who have literally top charting platinum plaques working out of like Studio C, for instance. So when people do come around here, they know it's actually one of the hidden studios in the valley. Like most people have never heard of this location. But the ones that have know that it's a very low-key, very private. So they come in here, they feel very comfortable, and that's why you hear laughter in the lobby going on. We never know who it is, but we know that they feel safe here.
It's funny because you just happen to come during a day where we have my friends and artists are here. And
Who's this artist? Because we're going to do a session with him later, right?
oh yeah,
Check out Young Lit Hippie on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, etc. Young Lit Hippie. So crazy.
take up more space. Do you hear how loud that is?
Yeah.
In my mind, it's hard to find, work a lot of patience. I was at enough.
And that's the thing with mixing is that it's just one of those things that like with a lot of things in life, like
Man, this was crazy right now.
you don't know how much better it can be unless someone does it for you. It doesn't sound that different, but also it just sounds better.
I'm taking off.
Oh yeah, let me say goodbye.
It's pretty cool what you've built here, and I'm pumped for you, man. This is sick.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lou, for showing me around.
Not a problem.
Appreciate it.
And I'll walk you out.
Okay, we'll see ya. Super cool what you're doing. Coming to LA, like making this happen, you know? It's a dream. So
Yeah, it's scary. It's not easy, but it's fun.
that's DK's studio and Lou's. So check it out.
We always are looking for interns. So if you're in North Hollywood, Los Angeles area, and you're wanting to do some intern work, we're always looking for more interns. There's never enough interns. Message Josh, hit me up.
Do we have a link? We'll put, you know what? I'm gonna teach DK something. You can put the email link in the description. That's what we're gonna do.
There we go, boom.